This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for April 26, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, criminals operating in organized alliances seize Chang. National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang says there has been a shift in the mode of operations of criminals who are now operating in organized alliances to hit high-value targets. Describing the perpetrators as criminal terrorists, Chang said these kinds of criminal activities tend to generate heightened national concern, such as stealing of ATMs and the targeting of cash in transit and other cash-heavy locations. He was speaking Tuesday as he made his contribution to the sectorial debate in the House of Representatives under the theme, Technology Transforming the Force for Good, Securing a Nation. Chang noted that while intergang wars have been reduced, the impact of criminal terrorist alliances carrying out these types of activities have significantly impacted the national psyche. He sought to assure that the police are on top of the situation. The police have built up intelligence, analyzed their activities, and are developing effective strategic deployments. We continue to expand and improve our intelligence capabilities to ensure they have all the tools required for strong, effective policing, including legislative tools such as the zones of special operations and the states of public emergency, Chang said. Regarding SOEs, he said the emergency measures save lives and reduce the activities of the criminal terrorists. This impact is well established. The SOE is one of our best tools to disrupt gangs and to save lives, Chang stated. He pointed to a chart with a weekly murder trend since October 2022, which shows that the weeks following the declaration of SOEs typically experience significant reduction in murders. In fact, the weeks that recorded the lowest weekly murder counts all fell within the 2-week period of the SOE, Chang, who is also the Deputy Prime Minister, pointed out. Declaring that we need strong policing to deal with criminal violence, Chang pointed to an analysis of police statistics that shows that the age group 25 to 44 is responsible for the majority of victims and the perpetrators of criminal violence in the country. For example, in 2022, 63% of those who committed murders fell into the 25 to 44 age group and made up 52% of all murder victims. Chang said these are seasoned criminals. They are not amenable to restorative justice and diversion programs. These are criminals who need to be apprehended, charged, imprisoned, and rehabilitated under controlled circumstances or separated from society until they can do no further harm. We must equip and train the police to deal effectively with these criminals. Bail extended for soldiers implicated in Keith Clark's death. The 3 soldiers implicated in the murder of businessman Keith Clark at his St. Andrew home in May 2010 had their bail extended when they appeared in the Home Circuit Court on Tuesday. Corporal Odell Buckley, Lance Corporal Greg Tinglin, and Private Arnold Henry are to return to court on May 30 when a preliminary process case management hearing is set to continue. The soldiers were arrested and charged with murder after the businessman was shot 21 times inside his Kirkland Heights home in St. Andrew on July 27 during a military operation. Jury selection was forced to a halt in August 2018 after defense lawyers surprised the Crown with certificates of immunity, which they claimed shielded the trio from prosecution. The certificates of immunity were signed in 2016 by then Minister of National Security Peter Bunting, 6 years after Mr. Clark's death. Mr. Clark's widow, Claudette, then challenged the validity of the certificates. The Constitutional Court ruled in February 2020 that the immunity certificates were invalid, null and void, and that the soldiers should stand trial. The soldiers sought to have the decisions quashed by the Court of Appeal. A Court of Appeal order stated that a preliminary process should be conducted by a judge sitting without a jury before an arraignment or trial. 21-year-old man charged after Kingston gun attack. A man has been charged with shooting with intent and possession of a prohibited weapon following an incident on Bond Street, Kingston on December 5, 2022. Charged is 21-year-old Dave Williams of Blunt Street in the parish. Reports from the Denhamtown police are that about 6:34 a.m., a man was riding his motorcycle along the roadway when he was pounced upon by Williams, who opened gunfire, hitting him. After the shooting subsided, the man managed to drive himself to the hospital where he was treated. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. During the investigation, Williams was arrested. On Monday, April 24, Williams was charged after he underwent a question and answer segment in the presence of his attorney. Kingston man charged with murder and the possession of illegal firearm. A 28-year-old man was charged with murder, possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony following an incident on Smith Lane in the parish on Tuesday, March 28. Charged is Shane Mackenzie of Wildman Street, Kingston. Dead is 27-year-old O'Neill West, otherwise called Mad Max, of Smith Lane in the parish. Reports from Central Police are that about 11:25 a.m., West was walking along the roadway when he was approached by Mackenzie and another man who had a brief conversation with him. It is alleged that the men opened gunfire at West, killing him. An investigation was launched and Mackenzie was arrested on Saturday, April 15. He was charged on Monday, April 24, after he underwent a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. Florida woman mourns after husband drowns on Jamaica trip. A Florida woman is mourning the death of her husband, who is suspected to have drowned while on a trip to Blue Hole in St. Ann last week. Yalisa Blakes and her husband, 33-year-old Damon Benjamin, were passengers on the Carnival Sunrise cruise ship that docked in Ocho Rios. She told Florida-based Wish 2 News in a television interview that Benjamin, a rising tattoo artist, was a dedicated husband of 11 years who had been by her side through her battle with heart trouble. He was just there for me non-stop always, all these years, she said. As a thank you gift to Benjamin, Blakes said she booked a cruise to Jamaica. That was my gift to him, she said. He was happy. The cruise arrived in Ocho Rios on Wednesday morning, and after it docked, the couple visited Blue Hole, a trip Blakes said was not booked through the cruise line. She said her husband wished for them to both jump in the waterfall, but she was scared. He wanted me to go in with him, and I just couldn't because my heart. So I just made the decision, okay, if you want to go, go. But then tragedy struck. A grief-stricken Blakes noted that was the last time I saw him. What happened with Damien, I don't want ever to see happen to anybody else, she told Wish 2 News. I had to see him die. Benjamin leaves behind sisters, a mother and a daughter, Blakes said, remembering him as an angel on earth. In tribute to her late husband, Blakes said the first thing she did when she returned home on Saturday was to get a tattoo in his honor. It says Damien. We only part to meet again, she told Wish 2 News. In a statement, Carnival Cruise said Carnival's care team is supporting the family of a guest who died ashore while Carnival Sunrise was in Ocho Rios, Jamaica on Wednesday. Our thoughts are with the guest family at this time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.